So a great atmosphere building up here, crowd touching 50,000. And a big night for both clubs. Well, there's Laudrup, and as I said, so much expected of him. Walter Smith has said it's been important, Charlie Nicholas, to get better quality around him. That really they've been looking to him the last couple of seasons, but he does have that quality around him now.
Well, that's his class. He can make things happen out of nothing. But with the signing of Alberts, who's a quality player, but a very strong and physical player also, these two are probably the key, more so Laudrup. You better believe the Russians look up for this game. This will be a real danger game for Rangers.
So away we go in this Champions Cup preliminary round, and an early touch for Laudrup to McCoist. McCall, who's been in splendid form, sends it wide to Alberts. McCall again. This is Björklund. Well, the Russians have still to win a game at European level. They're newcomers to this, but having won the Russian League, Rangers know, having watched them several times recently. Archie Knox, Walter Smith's assistant, was out there, so too was Ewan Chester, who also assists Walter Smith in spying in the opposition. And they've come back with glowing reports on this side, who ran Liverpool so close last season. They've actually lost their 2 home games so far in European competition, but they've managed to draw away to Borussia Dortmund and at Anfield, so the pedigree is there. This is Tetradze, who will sweep, and he's caught there almost by McCoist. Cleland plays it through. Put out by Pagayev. This is Janowski. Kornienko plays it through to Revishvili. Well, the fans want Rangers to move in and close them down, but Walter Smith has given clear instructions just to keep things calm in these early stages and not go charging forward at this side, because they are classic counter-attackers. That's what they like to do. Suck you in and then suddenly spring forward. We saw that from the great Kiev side, who were here a number of years ago. This side really fancy their chances tonight.
This is a game where Rangers must be patient. The crowd might not like the start of it being a patient game, but these players make things happen. It's always a danger. Even in this early stage, Jay, you can see the numbers. They've got 5 or 6 players already cramming the midfield. And they don't like giving the ball away too often, so Rangers just need to be patient and be clever when they get it.
So Gordon Jury will sit in tight. Laudrup will support McCoist in these early stages. And it's McCoist playing it through for Laudrup. And the decision goes against the home side. Was Tetradze on the end of that one from Laudrup. One thing Rangers will want to do is test the Alania goalkeeper as early as possible. He's just 21 years of age, and there's a big pressure for him tonight. This is Revishvili. Pagayev trying to push forward, a slip by Albert, but recovers well. He's got such a fine touch for a big player. And that's knocked back now by Kazimov. There's Kornienko. Revishvili. That's Björklund who sends it clear. Both Jury and Albert struggling a bit there. Certainly the pitch is in immaculate condition for this tie. And Ibrox bathed in evening sunshine. Throw into Rangers. Gazzaev there, who tumbled to the ground, was looking for the free kick, but the referee waved them away. Slack one by McCall, but fortunately for him, Joyev, the skipper, just failed to keep it in play. Well, Goff's under pressure here. And Rangers really can't afford to play the ball like that across the face of their own penalty area. It was Kazimov who moved in quickly on Goff. Rangers get it away though. And there's a hefty challenge going in from Gazzaev on Laudrup. Obviously detailed to Markham. And going in very hard indeed. Artur Gazzaev. And that's a bad one.
I think he actually takes the ball, Jerry, but the studs are shown, so I think in these matches you're not allowed to show the studs, so that's why he's getting booked. Key night tonight for Ferguson and McCall in particular. They too will be expected to try and press the Russians, but these guys are clever and they've just got to be patient, and when the time's right they can go and press them. But at this moment in time the Russians are comfortable, they're just holding on to the ball whenever they get it, and they'll be patient for it. If it takes 90 minutes and they get a result, they'll be quite happy.
So some treatment being called for. It's Kazimov who's on the ground as he injured himself as he went in to challenge Richard Goff. Well, that rather slack pass was played across the face of the penalty area. And just caught there by Gordon Petric before the ball was cleared upfield by Ferguson towards Laudrup, who was then taken out of the play. Alania certainly won't want to lose this man, Kazimov, 26 years of age. But slackness by Rangers at the back, and that's something they will have to watch very carefully indeed. Albert's playing it there to Goff, and immediately Kazimov going under pressure, got a touch to the ball. Petric came in, the Russian player went down, and Ian Ferguson cleared. And Kazimov now is being stretchered off. So the Russians a man shot at present. As Rangers wait to restart the match. So the free kick taken. Goff's well forward. Cleared up by Suleimanov. This is Goff. Petric. Laudrup comes deep. They get through now, looking for Cleland, who's gone off on a good run. The early cross from him, McCoist! What a chance for Rangers and Ali McCoist. A great spring forward by Ali Cleland. He was well spotted by Laudrup. The early cross coming in, and what a chance.
Well, it was all set up again by Laudrup. Cleland makes a great run, but it's a tremendous cross. And McCoist has scored so many headers last season, we were starting to get worried about him. He probably has more time than he thinks. It's a tremendous cross. Great chance for him to break the record. He's just got too much on it. But a great opening. The Russians were just slating a bit with the pace of Cleland, and that's where they're going to get in round the back.
Long one played through by Kornienko, but no one there. And they got him with plenty of time. It's Bjorklund to Goff. This is Petric. Again, Rangers showing a bit of patience here. This is McCall. Bjorklund, McCall again. Through for Jury. Petric. Meanwhile, Kazimov is just below us, waiting to come back on. He's recovered from his injury as Laudrup tries to get forward. It's played by Goff. Takes a return from Bjorklund. Petric is in space. So Kazimov comes back into the fray. Still limping just a bit. Petric. Bjorklund. The Russian players coming through quickly to try and panic the Rangers defenders. Meanwhile, the ball breaks kindly for Laudrup. McCoist is forward. Jury was arriving as well, so too was Ian Ferguson, but it scrambled away.
Yeah, it was disappointing from Brian Laudrup. You would think a player of his quality would probably have a finishing touch better than that. He had McCoist and Jury coming into the back post, and he didn't take advantage of the mistake. Rangers just a little bit slow in their build-up. I think there you see the cross, it doesn't really count for much, but just a little bit slow at the back. I think, okay, it's okay being patient, but you would want them to get the ball forward.
Here come Alania. Janowski plays it through with a real chance on here, and Andy Gorham claws it away from Gazzaev. Well, this man has brought off so many important saves for Rangers down through the years, but a timely warning there. Janowski playing the ball through. Goff was easily beaten and Gorham was there.
Yeah, he was certainly there again. There, the broken numbers, the 4 through the central row. A clumsy mistake by Rangers in the midfield area, and they pounced on it. You just can't afford to give them that chance.
And the Gorham again proving his worth. Again, Rangers caught there at the near post. Alania enjoying a good spell now. This is Tedeyev. Referee allows advantage. It's Pagayev. Evishvili's in a lot of room on the right-hand side, but the shot is played in by Kazimov. But Rangers in real trouble from that corner kick after Gorham had brought off a superb save.
Yeah, it was a dangerous corner, great touch on at the front, and it's only for Stuart McCall being in the right position. Alania like to press. We're so used to the Europeans coming to Scotland in particular and dropping right off to the halfway line. This team are going to press. You already see they have 3 players forward, and they're going to give Rangers a rough ride, and if they don't get the balls forward to Laudrup and Albert's wide, then they could have problems.
Rangers certainly don't want to lose any goals here tonight and put themselves under even more pressure for the return match. Away goals, of course, counting double. So just coming up for the 13-minute mark here at Ibrox Stadium in this Champions Cup match, and there's still no scoring. Both sides have had chances. Cleland took it in a great cross earlier, playing the ball through to Laudrup. He's there again. And it's to Gazzaev, who gets it away.
It's a good move from Rangers, so the diagonal ball starting to give him a bit of space, and Laudrup causing danger again.
A slap in there and Jury pounces. Here comes McCall. Away by Gazzaev, who's now deep in defence, having brought out a great save from Andy Gorham just a few moments ago. Go through by Kazimov, but the offside flag goes up.
It's easy to see that Rangers are trying to get Laudrup on the ball as much as possible. He is giving Kornienko a real problem, because when he's marking him, Laudrup's going deep and then going in diagonal in the run, and he doesn't quite know where to go short with him or just leave it with someone else, and that's why he's getting so much room.
This is Bjorklund. Jury. Jury with a lot to do here. He responds well. Played through by Bjorklund. This is Ian Ferguson. Laudrup, Cleland's away down that right-hand side again. But just too much for him on that occasion. But he's getting good forward runs going in these early stages. And from his earlier cross, McCoist came so close. So Rangers tonight playing their 172nd European tie. A span of 36 years. It's their 18th time in the Champions Cup, which is a Scottish record. So we've just gone beyond the 15-minute mark. It's 0-0. It's laid off there by Kazimov. This is Pagayev. Kazimov again. Likes to drop deep, pick up possession, go through and support the front players. Off challenge as well there against Agayev. Alberts moves in quickly there, gets it away from Radishvili. This is Alberts. Misunderstanding though with Ali McCoist. But still there's warm applause from the home fans.
Certainly looked dangerous running at the last man there. I thought he was just hoping that Ali McCoist was going to pull out in the wide position. And he either had the option of passing it to McCoist or taking the last defender on.
So Walter Smith has gone down trackside. So the Rangers have made a chance through McCoist, but there have been some worrying moments in front of Andy Gorham's goal. He's already made a very good save, and then Rangers were struggling at the corner kick. They're under pressure again here, but Stuart McCall digs in, surrounded by Alania players. That's Cleland.
Again, though, they're pressing, Jerry. I mean, the three attackers all pressing Cleland in the same area there. Just giving them no room at all. Probably the only option is a longer ball. That's the danger. They're giving Rangers a real problem to try and get their flowing passes.
Here's Laudrup. Alberts is away in the run down the left-hand side. It's played in his direction. Comes off to Kradze. He's certainly covering a lot of ground as George Alberts striding forward. So Gordon Jury to take this one. Richard Gough has moved to the edge of the area, anticipating the long throw. Petric is up there as well. So it's played in by Jury. A test for the goalkeeper, and he handles it well. Well, as that was going on, Rangers are preparing to make a change in these early stages. There's activity down at the dugout. Derek McInnes is preparing to come on. And while the Russians push forward again through Kornienko, Agayev. As though Ian Ferguson might be the player who's coming off, but still play goes on with the Russians in possession. This is Kazimov. Yanovsky. Content to keep possession, knock it about. This is what they did for such long spells at Anfield last season. But a slight difference at that stage was that Liverpool had the upper hand, but still the Russians showed patience that night. They're showing plenty of patience here. They'll just knock it about in the midfield area. Try and pull Rangers out and then put them on the edge of the area. So Ian Ferguson He's leaving the field after 19 minutes. So Derek's quit and started the game against Arsenal last Saturday. He gets his big chance here on the European stage after joining from Morton last season. So disappointment for Ian Ferguson. McInnes comes on to great applause. Splitting play there from Valeriy. That's Petric. Laudrup. Closely marked again. Again, just over hitting that ball. They picked out Alec Cleland well with the first effort earlier in the match, but the last couple have just been too much for the former Dundee United player.
I think Alania are just probably getting a bit wise to that situation now. They know that as soon as Laudrup gets it, both full-backs are going, but in the early stages, particularly Cleland was getting in. And I think they realised that that was the one area they were a little bit weak at.
It's McCall playing it through now, looking for McCoist. And calmly left by Gazzaev.
Don't really get any flow yet, Rangers, with passing. You know, it's mainly been the runs from the wide positions and the creative ability of Laudrup.
Found that difficulty last year as well against an Orpheus Famagusta, and the previous season against AEK Athens, getting a flow to their game. But the Russians are certainly starting to get their game together. Handball there by Jury. The Rangers will be hoping that the form Gordon Jury showed, both for club and country, towards the end of last season, will be carried into this one. This is Koryanko. So the man-off starts a run. Bjorklund's with him. So it's 22 minutes of the match gone. There's still no scoring here at Ibrox Stadium, and the Russians are breaking again effectively. This is the skipper, Gazzaev. Well, the referee awards a free kick right on the edge of the box. He seemed to make a bit of a meal of that as he went down. The referee had a think about it and then awarded it. Caught there.
He's been caught by Stuart McCall, Jay.
And the skipper, Glasgow Alania, made the very most of it. He's got the free kick right on the edge of the box. And more pressure now for Andy Gorham. Well, Kazimov is there, a player who can certainly strike them.
Also got Janowski with the left foot.
Well, the referee tells him to wait and then allows it to be taken. I think he's ordering a retake. He wants the Rangers' defensive wall to retreat. So they've got to go through it all again. Kazimov tries to get the opening here, and once again it's got him. That was a magnificent effort from Kazimov. And a fantastic save again from Gorham. Just look at him here, stepping away from two defenders. He seemed to have lost a chance. Just a little hesitation there to create the gap again. And there was Gorham, diving to his right, pushing it behind. Well, the sign's not looking too good for Rangers at the moment. And it's a corner kick. to Alania. Walter Smith has come back down trackside yet again. He's a worried man, and he should be. So it's Kazimov who brought out that save, taking the corner this time. And this time the ball goes behind for the goal kick. But there are just shades again this evening of the nerves which affected Rangers 2 years ago against the Greek champions, and then last year against the Cypriot champions, when they get very nervous indeed towards half-time, and Andy Gorham had to save them against an Orthosis. This is Tedayev with the throw. And the Goff's challenge illegal, free kick to Alania. So Goff coming in there, and the referee having no hesitation in awarding the free kick against him. So it's Kazimov over the ball. And the referee steps in towards the free kick. And Archie Knox has run onto the edge of the field. He's shouting instructions to Gordon Jury.
Yep, I think they've got to make a tactical change in terms of moving someone into a different role, a different position, because it's just not happening for them at the moment. Alania have been in control of this game.
Well, if you look back to the opening match, which was away from home last season against Bucharest, Rangers had immense problems in midfield, trying to keep possession, trying to get possession and keep it.
Yep.
And that's certainly shaping the situation again tonight.
They have a great mentality about them, the Alania team, because they ain't prepared to take the risky pass. They'll keep passing it and keep moving, and they'll keep dragging you out. You see Petric at times, he doesn't know where to go with the forward. They'll stay back with Richard Goff's protection, and he'll just thread that through eventually when it's necessary. They definitely have a stronger mentality about them in passing the ball than Rangers do.
Rangers have got 6 players stretched right across the back at the moment, including McCall, who's come charging forward and completely missed that one. Gazzaev comes in again, who's already brought out a good save from Andy Gorham. But Rangers had 6 men right across the defence as Alania moved forward. And again, they're under pressure. It's Revishvili. Gazzaev. Goff comes in this time to make the clearance out towards Jury. Jury gets away thanks to the slip there by Kornienko, and a free kick is awarded. And Kazimov is shown the yellow card. So Richard Goff starts to move forward for the set piece. So too does Gordon Petric. Changed his mind. Well, he's backing forward there, and you can just see the indecision which is affecting Rangers' play, and Laudrup loses out, and there's no free kick, and the break's on here. It's Kazimov. This is Tedayev. Getting away from Cleland with ease, cutting it back, and it's 1-0. And that's Janowski. He simply puts it away with 28 minutes gone, and you've got to say that goal's been coming. Tedayev just stepped away from Cleland, cut it back, nice as you like, and Janowski drilled it beyond Gorham, right into the corner. Rangers 0, Alania 1, and we're seeing the rerun of an old story here at Ibrox Stadium.
Yeah, well, I've got to be honest and say it's well deserved. Alania have been well on top. They've been a team with a stronger mentality, better passing ability, Rangers have had no flow to their game whatsoever. They've made basic mistakes at the back and in midfield, and they've been punished for a deserved lead for the Alania team.
This is Cleland. Well, Rangers made a cautious start to the match, which was the right thing to do, but really Alania have come more and more into it, and that certainly is a deserved lead. And there's their coach, Valeriy Gazzaev. Will be an extremely happy man.
You're certainly right to say that they started cautiously, but it's been square passes they've been playing at the back. You know, they at least play a diagonal pass and get the movement and get the flow. As yet, they've had absolutely no flow to the play, other than when you've had an odd glimpse of Laudrup. But other than that, the Russians have looked totally in control of the game.
This is Petric. Play through for Cleland. Alberts is well forward. Here's McCoist, but no power in that at all to worry the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's a decent cross again from Cleland. Bit high maybe. Decent head down. I think probably better try to take that down, McCoist, rather than the overhead kick. But I think he'll just be happy to get a shot on target.
Played through by Cleland. Petradze. This is Pagayev. Played out now towards Jury. It's quickly closed down by Kornienko. It's Rangers ball. Revishvili been given a warning by the referee, German referee. This is Alberts. Bjorkland. Bjorkland again. Alania dealing comfortably with the situation. Breaks for McCoist. You see how quickly though the Alania players are closing down their opponents. Rangers not getting a chance at all to settle on the ball. Slip one there though. Here's Laudrup. McCoist. Jury tries to get it forward. Well, McCoy's coming so close there. And the Rangers have the free kick. Laudrup was actually battling and broke to McCoist.
Yeah, it was made by the McInnes pass. He made a 15-20 yard into the feet of Laudrup, and suddenly he gave him a problem. And that's just, they haven't had anything like that throughout the game, Rangers, so far.
Yellow card shown there to Kornienko. The Rangers want to get something back as quickly as possible. It's Alberts who plays it in. Petric and Goff are well forward. It breaks for McCall.
Well, it actually bounces up nice for Stuart McCall, but he just didn't really convince himself he was going to get it in target. I think it was one that you would be quite pleased to come on and knock into at least the target.
The Rangers have another free kick, and Kornienko complains. Kramarenko gets things organised. McCall and Laudrup over the ball. It's Laudrup who strikes it. Suleimanov leaves it there. And Gazzaev, who went down on the edge of the Rangers area a while ago and made a bit of a meal of it. Skipper is down again, and once again he gets the free kick. This is Kornienko. Alania leading by 1-0 by Janowski after 29 minutes. So 10 minutes of this first half left. Rangers pinned back deep in their own territory. Again, they're looking to Laudrup, who just keeps that ball in play. And again, he's closed down. And there's another chance on here. It's Goff who slides in. And they're just so quick to pounce, and any mistake, any half chance. And Rangers have a free kick just on the halfway line. It's quickly taken through to Laudrup. Again, it's forward for Cleland, but again it runs away. Well, the ploy that worked successfully in the opening minutes, not doing so now for Rangers.
You certainly can't fault Cleland. He's going at every opportunity. Just a few occasions just been overhit by Laudrup, but he's certainly getting there. He has been the one going down that flank that has gave them hope.
Gazzaev challenges, so too does McCall. It's McCall for Rangers. There's no flag here against Laudrup, but the touch lets him down and allows Gazzaev to concede the corner kick. The linesman kept the flag down. There's a real chance for Laudrup to spring away. So it's Alberts who's going across to take this one. He'll swing it in with the left foot. Breaks away to Laudrup. And they're quickly on top of him. Good skills though by Laudrup, but not the cross to match. Disappointing. He got away from Revishvili, but he's struggling a bit at the moment. There's Laudrup.
Yep, not quite the crosses you come to expect from Laudrup. I felt that even although the last 5-10 minutes, the Rangers, if they're going to have a danger at the moment, it's going to be an aerial danger. So I suppose it's even more disappointing when Laudrup kind of wastes a cross like that.
Still the Russian champions lead by 1-0. Maybe there's a chance here though for McCoys, but once again, Alania stand firm. Petradze slamming the ball behind for the corner kick. Once again, Goff and Petric are forward. Goff still up there. And it's well taken by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, but we nearly called it, Jerry. We nearly got something right. The fact that the aerial side seems to be the best advantage at the moment for Rangers.
So as we watch the replay, the Russians are willing to make a change. And it's number 17, Georgi Gazzaev, who's waiting to come on. Midfield player. It's played through by Gazzaev. Here's the goal scorer, Janowski. Once again, Alania pass it about with confidence. It's a possession game for them. They're in the driving seat. And they're causing Rangers more and more frustration. The free kick is awarded. And still they wait to make the substitution. played through effectively, but the linesman's flag is up. It's just out of play. Now it's Laudrup for Rangers to Alberts. Certainly the Russians who have played some 18-19 league games looking a lot sharper, but here's Alberts through now for Gordon Jury. Still it's Jury trying to get in the cross. Well, that draws applause from the home crowd. And now the Russians want to make that change. So Ravishvili
substitution for Alania Vladikavkaz. Up comes number 2, Gazzaev, and number 17, Gazzaev.
So it's a straight swap, right-sided midfielder. Now Jury with the long throw, trying to pick out Goff, or perhaps Petric, who's moved into the six-yard area. Rangers need something back before half-time. There are 5 minutes of this half left. Once again, Alania get it away. Turned by McCall. This is Alberts. Just a bit ambitious there. That's Kornienko. Gazzaev, the substitute, plays it forward. That was Suleimanov getting a touch. And the skipper, Joyev. And Gazzaev again. Getting involved in a play right away. This is Bjorklund. Kazimov gets in front of him, and the free kick goes against Rangers. Once again, Kazimov showing what a lively player he is. So 3 minutes of this first half left, plus any stoppage time. Here's Joyev, captain once again. Bit of a misunderstanding there, though. Allows Petric to clear. Laudrup gets a nice touch, but again, there are two players on him. He responds brilliantly, though. McCoy's is in the middle. Jury's arriving. Here's McCoist, and once again, the goalkeeper makes the save. Well, Rangers really should have taken some of these chances. McCoist had an early header over the crossbar, and this one allowed the keeper to save. Really should have done better. Meanwhile, just below us, Kazimov is off the field again, receiving some treatment. He really has been in the wars in this first half.
He's worked his socks off, Jerry Kazimov. He's took a few heavy slaps into the bargain. He's been impressive.
So he's looked back on again as Rangers try to get forward. Through for Cleland. Just about a minute and a half of this first half left. Again, Goff pushes forward. Rangers get the corner kick. Goff was inside area, anticipating the cross. Again, Alberts goes across to that far side to hit the in-swinger. Goff and Petric are there again. Corner kick is awarded. We're inside the final minute of the first half. Rangers are trailing by a goal to nil. What a boost it would be if they could get something back here. Goff's there again, challenging. But it's the Russian goal scorer Yanovsky who sweeps it away from the danger area. This is Bjorklund, and the Russians pushing out, and well, you could pick any one of half a dozen Rangers players in an offside position there. But the Russians just charging out as Bjorklund played the ball forward.
The whole lot just ran right up to the halfway line, and I think I would expect a bit more from Bjorklund there, a little bit of composure, and he could have even got himself in, maybe with a little side pass and then in, or someone else, but he just launched it forward when everybody was running back.
So there's Valeriy Gazzaev lighting up. We're now into stoppage time. He certainly looks a very confident character, and this team certainly displayed a lot of confidence just before kick-off. They came out for their warm-up, just went and stood about in the tunnel. The referee had to check their boots there. There was no way they were going back to the dressing room. They were really up for it, and they proved that in this first half. They've given Rangers a hard time, and if it hadn't been for Andy Gorham, there might be another couple in the back of the Rangers net. Having said that, Ali McCoy should certainly have tucked away a chance. This is McInnes, the Rangers substitute. Goff's forward again. Well, it was Goff who put Rangers back into the game against Dortmund here last year in the Champions League. He's virtually pushed himself into a forward role in these closing stages. Now played over a minute of stoppage time in this first half. Long one from Petric. And easily tidied up by Gazzaev, the substitute for Alania. So, as we approach half-time, the Russians calm and in possession. Again, showing pace in the flanks, showing skill as well. The whistle sounds. Walter Smith has a lot of talking to do during the interval. There's a man, Igor Yanovsky, who scored after 29 minutes to give the Russians a lead. At Ibrox Stadium, it's Rangers 0, Alania 1.